Now, we're here for something very simple. I want to teach you about a 7-step lead acquisition system that has online businesses paying you anywhere from 1,000 to 10,000 per month to manage their Facebook ads. Now, I'm gonna just tell you this: there's a couple caveats that make this possible, and if you overlook the details, it will not work for you. So, we're going to talk about how to start, how to outsource, and scale a lead generation marketing agency, even if you're starting from scratch. We're going to be taking this, guys, from step one, from A to step Z. I just want to kind of make sure we cover. I don't want anybody to say, well, Charles, I've never done this before. The key is if you've done it before, you're probably not on this webinar. I'm just making that statement. If you do this all the time, this is probably why, I don't want to, unless you particularly like the entertaining the Charles show. Other than that, you might not want to be on here. So let's go ahead and hit it and get it. This is my mission. I want to create 100 six-figure online lead agency owners. That's just been one of my goals. I often think that it's very easy just to make money. I know for some people that may not be the case, but it's very easy to make money. But what's more important than making money is making an impact in somebody else's life. There was somebody who basically mentored me, made a massive impact, and now I want to kind of give back. I want to basically help other people. So my goal is to create 100 six-figure online lead agency owners. That is the goal of this entire program. Now, imagine what things could be like. You may say, Charles, I don't know. I don't believe in the secret. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not saying believe in the secret. I'm just saying, just imagine what your life would be like if you had 5 or 10 or 15 or 20, 30, or even more of thousands and thousands and thousands of recurring income. I mean, what would 20 or 30,000 of recurring income do for you, your life, your business? I will tell you this, that we have moved completely away from what I would call a transactional value, where you buy one thing and you're done. If you buy one thing, it really should be leading to something else. And the key to making all this work is the fact that what we're going to teach you today is all based on recurring income. This is not based on a single transaction and you walk away. No, this is based on building a business with recurring income at the whole core. It makes everything else predictable. So that's just my thing. Just imagine what it could be like. Now, my question to you here: would you like to be one of the first 100 people we work with to become a six-figure lead generation agency owner? I hope so. Otherwise, you probably shouldn't be on this call. Now, what makes this very different? I see there are lots of trainings right now on how to do this, how to do that, everything under the sun. The thing that makes this training very different from anything else you've seen is I'm going to give you the inside scoop on how to create a successful online lead agency. More importantly, unlike most gurus and marketing experts, which there seems to be a dime a dozen these days, I'm actually making money and paying the bills doing what I'm about to teach you. That's very, very, very important. I'm in the trenches working every day with clients. So it's one of those things where we're blazing the trail. We've already been there. We know what works, we know what doesn't. And if you stay to the end, I've got something very special for you. So for those of you who do not know who I am, Charles Kirkland, even though I think I must be the sexiest man alive, because I don't know about you, in Facebook, I'm always getting hit up by like all these young girls trying to send me things, and so I'm convinced that I am just the sexiest man alive. But other than that, I've built an email list of over 200,000 leads. We did that in less than a year. I'm the founder of the Media Buyer Association, and I've also been a top 100 ClickBank affiliate. That means out of the 27,000 affiliates, actually there's a whole lot more than that, but out of that, we were in the top 100. They wouldn't tell me where I was at in the 100. Had I known, I probably would have tried harder, but it is what it is. I've also been one of the top ClickBank vendors. That means basically had a product in ClickBank and we absolutely rocked it out. Also been one of ClickBank's top clients. So, I've done it. I've been here. We've done this. A lot of people I see are just like brand new to the game. Guys, I'm telling you, I've been doing this for years. I got started in 1999, as you're about to discover, and I've had lots, and I've had a lot of ups and a lot of downs. From an email generation standpoint, this isn't actually the biggest number I could show you, but showing somebody you got 11,000 leads in a day, for most people, it's unbelievable. I'm just telling you that. So I've got another one which we did 6,065 leads in 48 hours, and that was inside of Aweber, which I will still tell you guys, it's a epic boatload of leads. It was a massive amount of clicks, and this was for a BizOp product. Here's another example of getting 9,441 leads in a single day in Get Response. So this is what happened. When I got online in 1999, I had a few things I wanted to do. I wanted to control, how I spend my time. I got a degree in engineering. Actually, I have two degrees. And in case you don't know, working in an engineering firm is really just a high paid sweatshop. I'm just going to tell you that it is a high paid sweatshop. And when they say they need the project done, it doesn't matter whether it's 40, 60, 80 hours. I have literally spent the night at an engineering firm on a blow up mat with other guys taking turns who would sleep on the mat and somebody else had to keep working. That's no fun. No fun. I wanted to look for something that was less stress because I literally, I was going gray and bald pretty early. I wanted a more rewarding life. This whole concept to get a degree and make a living, that didn't work out for me too well. I wanted to work on my own terms. I used to fight traffic for an hour and a half going to work, 2 hours on the way back because it was a lot more traffic. I could get to work a little early and avoid some of it. I got a 30-minute lunch break, and they expected you to work till you were either dead or the project was done. They didn't really care which came first. They just wanted it done. And I was tired of seeing things change to the point of not being able to keep up. So I'm probably just like you. I really think I probably am. I, guys, I know I can hear it now. I go, Charles, is that your original site? That's one of the original sites. Copyright on this image is 2000. I had a site called barnplan.com, which I sold for a pretty penny, but we had the largest selection and the lowest prices. I also had a number of misspelled words on the site, but that's neither here nor there. Long story short, we were able to take this site to $10,000 a month pretty doggone quickly. Pretty much we spammed the daylights out of Google. For many of you who've been back, you know what I'm about to say. We used a tool called Web Position Gold. Don't even Google it now. It doesn't work. I'm not even sure they're still in business. But we used Web Position Gold, and literally we went out and created. And guys, I'm going to just tell you, I didn't know it was spamming. We really didn't know. I'm not sure it would have stopped me, but we really didn't know. We could just imagine if you would push a button and it would create 10,000 variations of a page and you'd upload them. And you'd wait 30, 60, 90 days. Alta Vista, Yahoo, Google, Northern Light, stuff that you'd never even know anymore, would come by, Google it, and we'd get a stupid amount. We were selling like $9.97 PDF plans. I know this is sexy. $10,000 worth of that's a whole lot of it. All recur from this standpoint. All of it just right there. We tried to put reoccurring in, didn't really work, but all of it was just purely transactional. Google came to be the big boy and they wiped it out very quickly. Ended up having to have problems. So basically I'm like, man, screw this SEO stuff. I can't, predictably make a living, pay for kids and a wife and everything else. So ended up getting really, really good at pay-per-click. I was insanely good at pay-per-click. I became Google certified and selling make money online, business opportunity, and a couple niche things here. ClickBank cash domination, what a name. Get affiliate blueprint, pergola plans, and online entrepreneur coaching. Got really good at PPC, and Google banned me. They give me the Dear John letter and told me don't ever come back. Not an exciting feeling. Got really good at Facebook. Facebook banned me, but this time I got smart. I actually have like 10 Facebook accounts. I have backups to my backups. When it blows up, it's like, put that puppy on hold. I got another one. We'll open it up. Not a big deal. But I just kind of got tired of this, guys. Could you imagine every couple years having to restart your business? I would lay at bed whenever a business would blow up, and it was going to blow up. It wasn't a case of if, it was only a case of when. I remember one night laid in my bed, staring at the ceiling fan, and I promise you, and I know this is crazy. No, I don't do drugs. I promise you the ceiling fan wasn't moving and I felt the room was spinning. That's how bad off I was. And I just got tired of man, I just can't deal with this. You can't go from making $40, $50, $60,000 a month to making zero the next day. You just can't do that. That is nerve wracking. I'm thinking, what have I done? I just created a high paid job for myself and now I'm gotten fired quite a few times. So I decided to screw all that, forget the internet marketing, forget the PDFs, forget the membership sites, forget the tripwires and the crazy funnels, and I decided to build a business that provided value to people who could afford to pay me for my talents. I know you say, Charles, man, that's a novel concept. It took you how many years to figure that one out? Yep. Yes, it did. It took me a long time to figure that out. So that's what I decided to do. I'm just going to work with business. I started consulting with businesses. Now, we only consult with high value online businesses. I'm just going to tell you, not that I'm arrogant, not that I don't want to work with everybody, but if Joe the mechanic comes to me and goes, Charles, I need more brake jobs, there's not enough money for me to make it work for him. He's not going to pay me $1,000 or $2,000 for a bunch of brake jobs. It's just, and not that many people need brake jobs, and brake jobs aren't overall that expensive. So I decided to work with high value businesses, and the only thing these businesses wanted me to give them were leads. Now, think through this for a minute. They already had a sales system in place. They had people on the telephone. They already had like closing. They could, if they got the lead, they could manage it from that standpoint. And I also discovered if you worked with internet marketers, you know what they wanted? Hey, can you sell my tripwire for $7 and make a profit? No, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Can you sell my $37? No, I can't sell your $37 membership and make a profit. Guys, the days of that kind of stuff are long gone. I'm just telling you. If you're doing that, you better be prepared to go negative on the front. I'm just being blatantly honest. So I decided I'm gonna work with these guys. All I gotta do is deliver leads. I don't have any funnels. I don't have any crazy upsells, JavaScript nightmares. All I gotta do is give leads to these guys. They handle the thing. All they wanted me to do was make the phone ring and the inbox ding. And I'm like, hey, 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 that's right up my money. And I'm just like you guys. And I've also, done a lot of things right. I finally picked a business that actually Google hasn't banned me anymore. Facebook hasn't banned me. Neither would Bing. I don't have to worry about like, man, am I going to wake up and my income's disappeared? I don't have to worry about that anymore. And I've also done a whole lot of things wrong. And I'll tell you this, it's easy to admit the things I've done right. I will tell you all the things I've done right. I'll also admit it's extremely difficult to say the things you've got wrong. You really got to put on your big boy pants to do that. So, I got to the point where I was really ready to give up on this thing. I mean, I made some stupid money, but after you get three different mega profitable businesses shut down, all of them different, by the way, you get kind of burned out on this. I mean, it became a rat race where things changed faster than I could adopt. Many of you remember selling the $7 tripwires. Yeah, great. Self liquidating offers, whatever you want to call them, doesn't make a difference. I remember there was a time when I could sell a $37 front end product and make money right then that day. I mean, if I was selling a product in ClickBank and I didn't make money like in the first hour, man, I'm like, man, something's wrong with this product. Probably sucks. I need to promote somebody else's. The problem that we're living in is things are changing faster than we can actually adapt to them. I don't know about you, but somebody told me there's an iPhone 7 out. I'm still playing with the iPhone 5. Didn't know it. Traffic sources would stop working for no particular reason. One of the problems that we've run into is selling internet marketing, online marketing, biz op, lead generation, whatever you want to call it. A lot of US traffic sources no longer work for this stuff. I mean, you can't go to Google and go, man, I need you to push this $7 ebook and it's got a $37 upsell and a $97 double diamond dog sell and it's got a super pimp upgrade to a gold platinum version. Google will just tell you have a good day and talk to you later. Clients would come and clients would go. If you're selling, if you're promoting, this is the problem. If you want to run an agency for internet marketers, you're not going to have any hair left because things are changing so fast they can't keep up and they pin the entire success of their business on you. And I will tell you that's a bad place to be. It was way too much stress. And I'll tell you this, I personally am not made for stress. I'm a stress eater. I mean, literally, I will eat some of the worst crap you've seen in the world when I get stressful. And after doing this for years, I was ready to give up. I mean, I wanted to just spend more time at the beach, more time with my wife, more time with my dog, more time with my kids, and more time doing activities I wanted to do. I did not want to be in front of a laptop or an iPad. How many times have y'all seen a picture of some dude or some girl at the beach with a laptop? I don't know about you, but the beaches I go to, you would have sand every place imaginable. So after doing that for years, I gave up on the rat race crap and selling the internet marketing biz op stuff, got rid of it and said, screw it. The wrong clients will kill you. They will call you, they will nag you 24/7. I don't know if anybody here has got any clients like that where, like it's kind of like talking to grandma. You hadn't talked to grandma in 2 hours, you don't love her anymore. You don't want clients like that. I'm just telling you, you do not want those clients. So the wrong clients will kill you. The thing that I decided to do was I'm going to get paid first. I mean, I might as well. I mean, I make my own rules. I'm going to get paid first. I decided to start an agency where you paid me before I did a single thing. Before I would do work and I'd get paid at the end of 30 days or 60 days, and then sometimes the buyers would disappear, and I'm sitting here going, well, I just ran $60,000 of traffic for you last week. What do you mean you can't pay me? So keep that in mind. There's no shortage of online businesses that want leads. I think that part, to me, I actually have that piece printed out onto the wall. There is no shortages of online business that want leads. If you got leads, there are people that will pay you for them. I discovered this the hard way, and you get to cheat and you're going to get the easy way. Just listen to the end of this webinar. This is the hard way of doing this stuff. When you're sitting here trying to make it happen, and this is the serious Charles gangster face here, you know, I would end up calling and begging people, hey, you got a domain, we can run traffic for you, blah blah blah. I notice you're spending a lot of money in Google. I mean, I don't know about you guys, that is not how this is going to work. And we tried offline businesses. I mean, tried that as well. Started working offline businesses work well, by the way. We started spending weeks building funnels for offers that didn't convert. Hard way, working with internet marketers. You know what internet marketers want you to sell? A long form VSL with no controls over it, and they expect it to break even tomorrow. Next day at the latest. Otherwise, you're just the worst media buyer they've ever seen on the planet. I'm not joking about that, guys. I've had people tell me that. What do you mean you can't make it break even now? I'm sorry. I'm completely out of magical unicorn dust. I just am. Used to last a little bit in 2005. We're out of that stuff. You know, selling ebooks, memberships, CPA offers. Talk about a way to have a completely banned account. And that's the hard way. I'm just going to tell you, that is the hardest way you'll ever work to make a living. Selling ebooks, membership sites, CPA offers. Right now, if that is your business, there should be a countdown that says I either have to go to international traffic sources or this business is going to be dead before long. It is what it is. I ended up cracking the code. Finally got something right. Anybody can follow these step-by-step systems and turn prospects into paying clients. Now, personally, if you would have told me that, 2 years ago, man, I don't believe this. Turn clients into prospects. I don't know. I'll just tell you this, guys. It's definitely doable. Now, question I have for you is, do you want to create a successful online lead generation business while working on your own terms? Can I get a yes or no on that? If you say no, you're probably in the wrong webinar, and most likely you might want to go back to watching some reruns of The Walking Dead. If you're here for this, say yes. Put in the little handy dandy chat box. Yes, 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 yes. And guys, we are maxed out as far as capacity. So if you get off the call, I'm not necessarily sure you're going to be getting back on the call, because we, at this point, are stuck. We are maxed out. So if it bumps anybody off, I am completely and utterly sorry. I can't control GoToWebinar. I'd like to, but I can't. Should probably move to a different system on my end. Now, let me give you the happy face disclaimer here. I mean, we're the happy pirate. These results I'm going to show you are not typical. I'm probably not a typical person. As you can probably hear, I'm wound tight on caffeine and tea and everything else in adrenaline. The results that I have achieved are not your typical results. They're my results stemming from certain strategies I've created and refined. Basically, I've made about every mistake you can possibly make until I finally figured out something that worked. Now, we're going to go over the 3 secrets to making this work. Secret number 1 is where to find hungry clients who are willing to grow their business. Now, most people end up going, well, Charles, I just want anybody with Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or PayPal. That's a quick way to go out of business, by the way, guys. I'm going to show you how to set up copy and paste systems that will allow you to outsource about 90% of the work. I know this, Charles, what kind of market are you? Only 90%? Well, you kind of have to check these guys. I'm just telling you. Maybe you can outsource 100% of it. I still have to check their work. I kind of like keeping my clients, you know what I'm saying? So you can focus on getting new clients. And the last thing we're going to talk about is how to scale your lead agency past the $10,000 a month in recurring service revenue. That's very important. And I've worked with a lot of agencies from a coaching standpoint. I've built 3 agencies at this point, and I use 10,000 as the number. It's easy, actually, not that hard to get it much higher than that. But the key is, if you don't have A and B in place, if you try to, it's like pouring gasoline on a fire. The problem is you got to make sure it's working, because when this thing blows up, it will either blow up wonderfully or you're going to be struggling working like, how did I screw this up? So I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. Secret one, number one, where to find hungry clients who are looking to grow their business. That's kind of for most people. And by the way, hopefully you saw those first 2 videos I did. I really enjoyed making those for you, so I hope you enjoyed them. I should have gotten feedback on them, but this is the thing. If we want to work with clients, there's something that really changes the entire ecosystem here as far as clients. We have to understand that the value that we bring is going to be exponential to the value the client brings. So let me just bring it this way, or explain it to you this way. If, now this is really, really interesting here, guys. If I said, hey, give me $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 to manage your business, which one of these people, out of this group of people you see here, which one of these groups of people would be most likely to be able to afford, even at $1,000 per month? The clothing store, could they pay me $1,000? Could I drive enough money or enough value to them that they would pretty much pay me $1,000 till the cows come home? Maybe the right clothing store, maybe not. Gyms, that's a tricky one, because the problem you got with gyms is it's typically not a super high value transaction. People get in, they sign up for a year, they may never go back. Transaction value really isn't that high. Grocery stores, pretty much it's commodity. I don't care where I buy my milk from. Pet, Coburg, Piggly Wiggly, Food Lion, Bilo, it's all the same milk to me. Hairstylist, my dad's actually a hairstylist. He is 81. He still cuts hair. He says he has nothing to do if he stops. So, it keeps him healthy, keeps him going. But if I went to my dad and said, Pop, give me $2,000 a month, I'll get you 100 new, clients. He's like, son, that's more than I make in probably 3 weeks. I'm not doing that. My dad's not going to do that. Dry cleaners. They typically, once they get a client, they have like very long term. Clients stay there a long time. But is the transactional value high? Dry cleaners, $40. Hairstylist, $20. Groceries, whatever you buy. Gyms, usually about $50, $60 a month. Clothing stores, and unless it's something chic and trendy, typically not high value. Now, let's go to the plastic surgeon who's doing breast augmentation. Not that I've had breast augmentation, or anyone I know has had breast augmentation, but breast augmentation typically runs in the neighborhood of $6,000, very easy to finance. But you're talking a $6,000 package. You can get some lipo, get a Brazilian butt, get a butt lift. You can go into a plastic surgeon and you can drop $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. They'll finance it all out for you. Is not a recurring transaction, because I really hope you're not getting that many things done that regularly, but it's an extremely high value transaction for the client. And guess what? It's all elective. Your insurance company won't say, "Man, Charles, you got just the worst looking. We're gonna sign you up for surgery." No, it's all elective. So there's no insurance covering this stuff. It's all cash out the pocket. Guess what? Those guys, if I say, hey, you know what? I'll get you 10 more breast augmentations next month. He's going, that's $60,000 in billing? I'm going to give you $2,000 and you can get me $60,000? It doesn't take a lot of thinking to say, man, those numbers work out pretty good. Well, we've got dentists. Now, dentists, guess what? The life value of let's talk about lifetime value here. Think through this one. If you were to go through and say, hey, how much is a dentist worth? How much is a cleaning worth? I don't know, maybe $100. Okay, no problem. How much is guess what else they do? And this is the thing, if you go to the dentist, you get cleaning, you get an orthodontist, you get x-rays. What else do you get? Teeth whitening, implants, dentures. Do you see that? That adds up. And when somebody goes to the dentist, they usually go to the dentist until they move or get really mad at the dentist. I mean, but it's a very high value transactional thing. I mean, it is very, very high value. Now, the thing that we have to look, and this is very different from lifetime value. Lifetime value of a grocery store buyer is huge. I mean, they're spending $200 a week till they die. But can is it worth? It's so long. I mean, it's a lifetime to make money, which is good. But if you're paying me $2,000 a month, you probably want to get it back sooner than later. Plastic surgeon, you can turn those puppies around in 30 days, 60 days. You know, you got a lead, you did a consult, they signed a contract, they got finance, and hook them up to the tubes and let them go. Chiropractors, there again, they have it's typically a nice value. It's a pretty high value. I mean, same thing with architects. Most people don't realize this. If you hire me as an architect and say, "Hey, Charles, design a building," guess what? I'm going to say, give me 4% of the total value of the building. So if I design $1 million building, my cut needs to be $40,000 to cover what I just did. So them, and what's more important is with architects and engineers, CPAs, by the way, their lifetime value is stupidly insane, because once you do work for one contractor or for one builder or for one client, they typically have more work. The lifetime value for that is extremely high. I mean, from an architectural standpoint, architectural engineering, their lifetime value is exponentially and recurring much higher than plastic surgeons. So guys, keep that in mind. That's huge. So also software as a service, anything that's high value. Now, one of the problems we often have with Charles, if it's so high value, why come the person doesn't do it themselves? Okay, let's think about this for a minute. This is and I got this from, grabbed it off Google yesterday, by the way. The occupation of a dentist, let's say average dentist, average Bob. He is making about $76 an hour, and his average take-home income is $158,000 a year. His only job is to go there and look over your teeth and go, "Man, you need to brush better. You got gingivitis." Next, "Dude, you got a cavity. Let's fill it." I mean, they do not have time. They make great money, but most of them I know that work are usually working. I mean, it's like a treadmill. They just see patient after patient after patient after patient. They don't have time to do any of this stuff. They don't care to do this stuff. That's why they have dental hygienists, people doing billing. Now, let's look at a hairstylist, which my dad is. Average income $11.12 an hour, which translates into $23,000 per year. Guess what? Can they afford to give me $2,000 a month to get them in this case, new clients? No. You know what? They might be able to afford to pay me a few $100s, and I'd still have to do the same work as if I was going to charge a few thousand, but there's no value in there, right? I mean, there's just no value. The lifetime value is not there. The transactional value is not there. It really becomes like a no-win situation. Most successful business owners focus on what they're good at and let other people do what they're also good at. You don't see your dentist picking up the phone. You don't see you might see your chiropractor, but when's the last time you went to any good surgeon? You walked in and he's sitting behind the desk with a crossword puzzle, killing time. I don't know about you, that's not happening. Because you're working with people who already have a successful business, they don't want to learn anything new. That's what they hire you for. Most unsuccessful business owners try to do it themselves. So think through this for a second. If I'm going to go out and let's just say we're trying to find clients. Clients are good. Let's talk about clients here. Do you want to work for the guy that is so busy he can barely get a bathroom break? Or do you want to work for the guy that's sitting down who has extra time to try and figure stuff out on his own? The guy who's trying to figure stuff out on his own is most likely the guy to let you go. I mean, I'm just telling you from experience. I've done it. I've worked with guys who, like, one guy in a business. He goes, "Man, I just figured." He goes, "All you have to do is this. I could do that myself." Yeah, okay. Well, guess what? A week later, yeah. "Oh, could you help me? I didn't know what." Yeah. That's not happening. So what I'm trying to get is, guys, your doctor is not spending time building websites, funnels, Facebook ads, or anything else. He's busy with his hands in somebody's mouth, which seems like a stressful job to me. And they pay other people to do that for them. That's it. That is it. That is the big thing you need to look at. Successful businesses also have advertising budgets. And guess when they spend this advertising budget? They allocate money when the new year starts. I've already talked to clients and they go, "How much do we need to allocate for next year?" as much as you want to. It's totally up to you. How many leads can you handle? It's not on me, it's on you. Does that does everybody follow that? Can I get a yes if I'm making sense? And you go, Charles, you're not making a bit of sense in the world. I've had people tell me that before. My wife occasionally tells me that. My kids certainly tell me that. The thing that we have to understand is you want to start looking for high value, high transactional, or high recurring clients. Those are the people that can pay you again and again and again and again. For them, if $2,000 out of pocket is not a big deal. They need this is probably one of those things I would print out, tape this to the wall. They need you more than you need them. Let me just stress that one more time. They need you more than you need them. You have the ability to send traffic to them or to their competition. That's when you tell people that, it's like a punch in the gut. It's like, what you can send traffic to Bob down the road? Man, he's an idiot. I can't believe you. No, not Bob. Yeah, Bob. Bob's paying me. I don't care. It's, the reality of it is nobody wants to be leapfrogged by their competition. So because of that, when when we're meeting with clients, it's like, it's either you or the competition. I don't really care who gives me the money. I really don't. As long as you're not doing anything illegal, as long as it's all legit and you're providing real value, dentist A versus dentist B doesn't make a difference to me in any way, shape, or form. I don't really care. You're solving a huge problem for these businesses. You're providing value. You're providing leads to grow their business. And yet remember, these businesses were probably offline business, or they got online and they're good at doing whatever they do. They're not good at doing everything. Focus on business with high value and recurring transactions. These are the people who, when if you say, hey, pay me 1,000 to 10,000 to manage your lead generation, they're not balking at that. They're not second guessing that. He's thinking $6,000 breast augmentation. We'll throw in a special deal for some liposuction. That's $10,000. You get me 10. I mean, the numbers, basically they're trading a little bit of money to you for a whole lot of money in return. And the key is, this is the most important thing, is we're doing this on a local level. You know what happens when you try to compete nationally? You get your behind kicked. I'm just going to tell you this. It's very difficult, guys, very difficult to compete on a national level. But on a local level, that makes a difference. Bob and 5 other chiropractors are local. Only one of them is going to know how to use this stuff. So guys, keep that in mind. That's your big takeaway on this. They're paying you between $1,000 to $10,000 to bring them leads that are worth 10 times what they're paying for you. They want to trade a little bit of money for a lot. Once you have a client, it's for the long term. Unlike somebody buying your $37 ebook, your membership site, it's going to cancel in 3 months anyway. You're creating recurring income, and nobody wants to let you go to give business to your clients. So in this case, to the competition. Once you get a client, they stay a client for a very, very, very long time. You say, well, Charles, I don't know about this. Think about this. More and more businesses are getting online. The budget gets shifted away from print, news media, TV, radio, billboards, yellow pages. What's the last time I used a yellow pages? I think I had to swat a fly with it the day it came in the mail. I was like, probably threw it at something. I mean, I don't really look at it. Yellow pages. I got Google for that. And let's look at job trends from Indeed.com. They're saying there's a massive spike for Google Analytics. Why would there be a massive spike for somebody who knows how to use Google Analytics? Because more businesses are getting online. Can you see the value that you're bringing to them? The potential this has is huge. You're providing a solution to a huge problem. These guys have all been conditioned and trained, like I said, yellow pages, billboard, and radio. The internet is something completely brand new to these people. When you tell people you can push a button and send an email, and they're like, what? You mean you can send an email to people, have them click a link and do something? Yes, because they're offline businesses. They're not accustomed to this. And to prove this point one more time, the 25th fastest growing job in America is market research and marketing specialist. Why in the world would that be the 25th fastest growing job in America? Because all these businesses are trying to they're scrabbling, going, now, Hey, we got to get online. We got an online business. I need to get. Marketing is the engine that drives this entire process. Secret number two: how to set up copy and paste systems allow you to outsource 90% of the work, so you can focus on getting new clients. And guys, that's what it's all about. It's about new clients. You get better results when you specialize in a niche. We were talking with a client last month, and they're like, "Hey, we're going to be doing A, B, C, X, Y, Z." I'm like, "Dude, you need to just put the brakes on immediately. This is not, I want to be a, we're not Walmart. You go to Walmart for cheap prices. You go to a specialist when you want it done right. You need to specialize." I mean, and let's think through this for a second. This is crazy. When you do that, you create a repeatable framework that you can use for each client. Just say that our specialist is breast augmentation. Doesn't make a difference. Guess what? Is the ads that your doctor is going to use for breast augmentation in Miami any different than the one he's using in Maine? I don't know, probably not. Or California, or Arizona, or South Carolina, or Georgia, or any other state on the, it's the exact same thing. Come get a free consultation. Let's see if we can get you a breast augmentation and we'll finance it. Guys, the key is when you pick one particular niche, you learn to speak the language. Like in every niche, there's a language. Doctors use a different language, HR specialists use a different language. You need to learn the language for your niche. And guess what? It's just easier to go out and at this point just to go say, "Hey, guess what? Yeah, we'll do this. We know how to do this." McDonald's runs on systems. You go to McDonald's, you get fries or a burger. None of it is exceptionally great. Most of it is fairly mediocre, but you know what you're getting. You got kids who are 15 and 16 years old back there talking on their iPhones, texting while they're cooking your burgers. The only way they can do this is because it's a complete system. Now, I don't know about you. Most of the VAs I've hired are a whole lot smarter than the kids at McDonald's. I'm just making that statement and making it as a fact. Now, if you create a campaign, this is one that we had, yesterday, or 2 days ago, actually. No, it may have been yesterday. Anyway, when you start working for a client, let's say our vertical is breast augmentation, doesn't make any difference. Would it be possible? I'm just asking this. Would it be possible that you could probably have the exact same ad running for every client you ever work with? Most likely. And the exact same landing page with just a different picture on it? Most likely. With the exact same ad, landing page copy, email follow up, and you could most likely have the exact same system and a big button right here that says copy campaign. We copy the campaign for clients. You know what we do? We change the URL just so we get to the right page. We change the pictures, make sure that Dr. Bob really looks like Dr. Bob, and you're off to the races. We do not recreate the wheel. You want to know when people recreate the wheel? Hey, I got a client today in e-commerce. Okay, then tomorrow I got a client in herbal medicine. Well, great. Now I got a client in HR. All those are completely, do you see how your workload just gets bigger and bigger and bigger? Next thing you know, you're drowning under 10 clients in 10 different verticals, and you're sitting here trying to learn the language and the ads and the copy and everything else. That doesn't make sense to me. I want to get in one niche and then I want to hit copy campaign 100 times. The client thinks we're doing all this work for them. We hit copy campaign, update URL, it's done deal. End of story. Same thing with Google. Google AdWords now has a copy and paste feature. I don't know if you've seen that in Google. You can literally copy a campaign and paste it, update URLs, and it's done. It's simple now. It's a whole lot easier. Once your niche research is done, and let's just kind of go into liposuction, tummy tuck, cosmetic, augmentation, implants, rhinoplasty, whatever you want to use, you can use it over and over and over again because you know what? You know what keywords are interesting. You know what's happening. You've already got the research. You don't have to reinvent that wheel every time. And most people reinvent the wheel every time they got a new client. We have templates in place to drive 100% of everything. Client wants to get into, hey, guess what? Your breast augmentation, get in the niche. Okay, we'll hit a button. Landing page templates. Guess what? We own the website. We own the landing pages. I'm using the exact same landing page. You got 20 people with the exact same landing pages all over the country, and none of them know and none of them care. All they want is, did their phone ring? Unless you screw up and put the wrong phone number on it, which I've done, which will make things not good. But that's a whole new story. We use the exact same proposals, the contracts. Guys, we use everything. We even use the same ads over the same happy, smiling family face over and over and over. There's a checklist for everything because I hand it to a VA and say, you know what? Today we're working for Dr. Bob in Newport, Massachusetts, Newport, Maine, California. I don't care where it's at. Here's his URL. Insert his picture, insert his URL, put his phone number on the page, and let's be done with it. I got better things to do. Most of the work I'm not even doing. The chiropractor in Ohio has the exact same ad as the one in Florida. Most people fail because they reinvent the wheel. It's like, well, Charles, that's too simple. Yeah, I kind of like simple. Believe me, I've done it hard. I want simple. At this point in life, I want simple. I got enough hard stuff to deal with. Guys, think of it this way. This allows you to work on your business instead of in your business. Most people I know, they're drowning in their business. They're drowning in the I need to do this and I should do this and I have to do that. No, you can have other people doing the sales, the closing, the ad, the maintenance, reporting. Guys, it's your job to have the vision and somebody else's job to do it. You didn't see Steve Jobs going out there, man, I need to be putting some of these iPhones together. Give me a screwdriver. We got to get these things together. I can't believe you guys are so slack. It takes you 5 minutes to put a phone together. Let Steve show you how it's done. That didn't happen. In no way, shape, or form. No way, shape, or form. He had a vision. He had some success and he hired other people to execute the vision. Your thing is you need to have VAs or outsourcers executing your vision. You don't have to pay them until you're paid. So that's the most important thing. You're getting paid in dollars and you're paying your workers in pesos or Filipino PHPs or whatever. Just think through that for a minute. You're getting $1,000 to $10,000 to manage an ad, or at least in this case, manage a client. All of a sudden, you can go to the outsourcer who's doing the same thing and just say, "Hey, set this up. Here's $20. Here's $50." I mean, you're paying these guys $6 an hour. They can do a whole lot of work in 10 hours. That's the thing that's most important about this. You can work from anywhere that has an internet connection because you're not the one doing the work. There's no way I could go to a coffee shop and sit down and go, man, I want one of those caramel frappuccinos. Crap. I got to get this ad set up for Bob because, no. You're giving it to a VA and you say it's your job to do it. Outsources. They're a dime a dozen. They're not a big deal. And the thing is, if you're looking for extra money, you could just do the templates yourself. If you say, hey, Charles, I'd just rather do it myself. I'm not going to pay the outsourcers. Well, fine, do it yourself. If you want to grow it to something predictable, it kind of sort of means you need to be the one getting away from pushing the buttons. And most agency owners I know are pushing buttons. And it's like, guys, you can hire somebody else to push the buttons. That is a technical skill. That's not strategic. That's a technical skill. I can hire technical skills very, very cheaply. I cannot hire strategic skills cheaply. Keep that in mind. Secret 3, how do you scale this lead generation past 10,000? I mean, how many clients does it take to do more than 10,000 a month in recurring revenue? Well, let's take a look at it. The thing is, most people, they go, Charles, you need to think outside the box. No, Charles wants to cut the box up and I'm going to make little, dolls out of it and give it to some kid going by. We're going to burn the box. We're going to turn it into a Formula One race car, but we're not thinking outside the box. We're leaving the box alone. We're graduated. We're big boys and girls now. We need to look at what can we do. Let's just say that we've got a client paying us $5,000 a month to manage ads. We can go to the client and say, you know what? Would you like us to add remarketing? Everybody that comes to your site who doesn't opt in or sign up for a consultation, would you like to show them an ad of, maybe somebody who's got a breast augmentation or liposuction or something like that? Yeah, dude, that would be great. You can do that. Yep. In fact, if I visit your site, I can stalk you around the internet for 30 days. How much does that cost? We'll talk about that. Okay. Well, cart abandonment. You know how many times you get people who fill out the form for a free consultation, but don't finish. We show them Google stats and they go, ew. Hey, maybe you need us to manage some more. Maybe we need to manage your Facebook page. We're going to put pictures of, girls in bathing suits in there anyway and talk about getting augmentations. And we can do your LinkedIn if that's your niche. We can set up your AdWords. And by the way, that host you got, we're sending traffic and, dude, your website's so slow, that $14 HostGator crap, you guys just not cutting it. Once you go to Bluehost, we'll get a $120 kickback. Maybe we can help the client with a website design. Maybe we have a setup fee before we ever take the client. Maybe we can offer virtual training. I have a virtual training tomorrow with an accountant that we did some work for. Maybe I can do some landing page designs. maybe some email marketing, and banner ads. Guess what? $250 per month will set up your remarketing campaigns. $350 I'll set up your cart abandonment campaigns. And no, these are not one-time prices except for one of them. We'll manage your AdWords for an additional 1,000. I'll host your site on my domain for 50. 4,500. I'll redo your site with a WordPress theme, make it look cool. Um, Predominantly done by outsources. We will have a one-time setup fee of 250. We'll do landing pages for $100 per page per design for you. And for $350 a month, we'll manage your active campaign for you. Do you see that we're going back to clients who've hired us to do a job? They've hired to do me one job. I've got a job for them. I've done the job. They're satisfied with the job. And guess what? We're just offering our clients additional value added services with a monthly continuity attached to them. Does that make sense? Does everybody follow that? If your client is happy with the fact that you've done something for them, all of a sudden we can turn around and start getting a whole lot more money out of these clients. And is any of this hard? Everything on here is pretty much set it and forget it for the majority, except for the virtual training, which you may or may not want to do. Totally up to you, guys. You can once you get this working in one niche, you expand to other niches with the exact same service. You go to attorneys, or you go somewhere else. You go to chiropractors, you go to CPAs, remodelers, home builders, and basically you expand into other niches and you offer these guys all the exact same. So they need a website, they need hosting. Most of the campaigns do not require you to babysit them. How many people have ever run like a CPA campaign or anything of that nature, or a really hardcore affiliate campaign? You're like sleeping on your couch at night going, let me check the stats. It's been 3 hours. Crap, something broke. I got to fix this. I got money being spent. These campaigns do not require babysitting. That's what I love about them. You set them, and for the most part, you pull a report, and here's the results. We tweak them if you want to. Templates drive everything. People reinvent the wheel to make more work for themselves because they're conditioned, they have to be busy. I do not want to be busy. I'm busy enough with life. I don't need to be busy with work. Each client is worth between $1,000 to $10,000 per month for lead generation alone. Keep that in mind. So how do we scale? We expand to other niches with the exact same offer. If I can do this for a dentist, I can probably do it for an attorney. If I can do it for an attorney, there's probably a good chance I can do it for somebody else. All I have to do is set the campaign up. The VAs can manage them. I've got faith in my VAs. I've trained them. I'm completely fine. It's templates. They're not having to figure out how to write a sentence. All they're doing is inserting Dr. Bob's name, his phone number, his email address, and a picture of him. That's all they have to do. It's not doing this over and over and over. Each client is worth $1,000 to $10,000 per month for lead generation alone. All you have to do is start tacking on some additional services and things begin to look really, really nice. You don't need a lot of things to run this business. You need a laptop, or in this case, a mini Mac, what I've got. You need email, Gmail. You need an internet connection, Skype, a basic funnel, some way to take payments. And by the way, PayPal is not how businesses pay people. I'm the first time I told a client, hey, you want to send that to me PayPal? He emailed me back, are you blanking? And I'll just leave out the adjectives he used, but he's like, are you joking? I'm like, dude, I was just joking. Thought it was funny. I don't think you took it as funny. I'm like, I thought I was going to get paid with PayPal. And he's like, dude, here's my credit card. Just ding it every month. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to have PayPal. He said his daughter had PayPal and she uses it on eBay to sell stuff. Not a good feeling. Guys, you need an outsourced VA who can follow directions, or either you need to follow directions to do it yourself. It gives you the freedom to do what you want when you want. I'll tell you this. I personally trapped myself into jobs where I was the guy doing everything. It was one rat race after another. Successful businesses focus on what they're good at and they hire everything else. Like I said, you don't see your chiropractor, your dentist, your plastic surgeon answering the phone, filling out insurance paperwork, and taking your blood pressure. You see them come in, go, this is what we need to do, and we're out of here. Somebody else does all that. They need you more than you need them. That's the most important thing. Like I said, my mission here is to create 100 six-figure online lead agency owners. That is the goal of this entire business. My question to you right now is, would you like to be one of those people? Would you like to create a lead generation agency right now? Can get a yes on that. If this is something that really interests you, say yes, yes, yes. If you'd rather just say, Charles, you know what? I'd just rather just sell the $37 ebooks. That's fine, dude. That's fine. Go there. That's not a big deal. Sell those ebooks and the membership sites, and as traffic goes up to the point where you can't even afford. And guys, we're not even paying for traffic. The client pays for traffic. All I do is manage it. He's paying me a fee to manage getting him breast augmentations. To get, that's the key here, guys. That is what we're trying to do. This is just becoming mainstream because more and more businesses are finally going, man, we got to get on this internet thing for lead generation, because that's where the leads are at. Businesses go where the leads at. When the leads came out of the yellow pages, businesses flocked to the yellow pages. When leads came from billboards, they flocked to billboards. When it was radio, when it was TV, business goes wherever the leads are at. It's not the other way around. Businesses have to follow the leads. This is so mainstream right now. You're at the right time, the right place. We saw the 25th fastest job opportunity in America was marketing. You create the type of business and the income and the lifestyle you've always dreamed about. Businesses need more leads. That's end of the day, that's all they want. You can outsource the majority of the work. About 90% of the work can easily be outsourced. You can scale it without killing yourself with work. And that's where I see so many agencies, they end up hiring like really high skilled, workers, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if I can get the job done with a template in the Philippines, in India, I'm going to do it. I'm just absolutely going to do it. Now you know what's going on, guys. How amazing is this opportunity right now? I'm gonna tell you, had this 5 years from later, 5 years from now, if you don't already have your agency up and running, there's probably no need to get into it. Right now, it's not hard to find clients. All you need is to provide a solution to the problem. When you're selling internet marketing guru stuff, yeah, you better be the guru and you better have a reputation. When I'm selling to offline businesses, they don't know me from Adam's house cat, and they don't care. All they care about is, can you make the phone ring? Hands down. You don't have to be the expert or the guru. And the thing is, what other services can we sell people? We're getting paid to manage GoToWebinar. We're getting paid to manage ActiveCampaign. We're getting paid for hosting. Guys, if you would have told me that we could get paid for like setting webinars up for a client, I'd laugh at you. Every marketer can log in and GoToWebinar, but you have to remember, we're not going to those people. So you guys, right now you can skip the stress, the crazy hours, the uncertainty, feeling like you are alone and don't have anybody else to talk to. That's a bad feeling. Or even when in fact you're too busy to talk to anybody. That's the worst feeling. I'm on a mission for you. I want you to become the next six-figure lead agency owner. If it's okay with you right now, I'd love to show you the exact same system I've used to build my business. I want to show you exactly what we've done and what you're about to get right now. Discover everything you need to have a successful lead generation business. Look at this as your time saver. I'm going to be blunt with you. You could take the time and you could do the pain, and you can learn everything that I teach you on your own. Given enough time, you could figure out how to do the contracts, how to get clients, how to get paid, how not to blow things up, how to manage it, how to find VA workers. Given enough time and money, you could figure that out. But smart businesses aren't about trying to figure it out on their own. They're about just getting it done. Or you can let me just give you the shortcut. Now, I want to personally train you and give you the shortcuts to creating a six-figure lead generation agency. This is what I want to do. I want to give you the lead agency masterclass. You're about to get access to 8 weeks of step-by-step advanced training modules that will show you how to go from ground zero to hero in no time flat. You're also going to get weekly video-based training so you can follow along at your own pace. You get PDF, the Word document, step-by-step instructions for you or your VAs. The thing that I want to do is I want to give you what we use. And that's kind of a big deal. I've talked to other people that they have products and they go, well, we create something. We don't want to give them what our clients use. No, I want to give you what I give to my VAs and say, get the ad done. I've made it foolproof because I've screwed everything up. And the key is you want to be able to hire a VA today and say, go through this document, click these links, do this checklist, the ad's up, I will review it, and it's a done deal. It's a done deal. Videos are short, sweet, to the point. I've been in some products where like the videos are like an hour long. I don't know about you guys. I don't have an hour in my life that I want to dedicate just to watching videos. I don't want to watch me for an hour. So these videos, short, sweet, to the point. Keep them, keep them clean and short, guys. That's the key here. Module 1. I'm going to show you how to find a niche where you can be the big fish in a small pond, because that's what you want to be. You'll learn how to find profitable niches and how to identify ones to stay away from. Picking the wrong niche is the fastest way to go out of business. I'm just going to tell you, offering the wrong service to the wrong niche, you might as well just just go up to the interstate overpass, throw over a few $1,000s, because you're going to at least get people stopping and looking at you. The wrong client with the wrong niche is a disaster. I want to keep you from making that mistake. Module 2, I'm going to show you how to set up your bank accounts, payment processing, your back office. I'm going to show you how to create the branding, the marketing materials, the proposals, the contracts, how to find, hire, and manage VAs, because that's the most important. Those VAs are literally the biggest cog in this entire business. And I want to show you how to get them, keep them, and reward them. It's most important, hugely successful to have a good VA. I'm going to show you how to find your first client by using Facebook, LinkedIn, and email. Your client is out there and is going to hire somebody. Keep that in mind. They're hiring somebody to get them leads. It might as well be you. I'm going to give you the templates, the email follow-ups, the sales scripts I use to close the deal. Module 4. Now you have clients, it's time to impress them with results, because that's the only reason they hired you, for results. I'm going to show you step by step how to get results and how to clearly communicate the results to the clients with numbers they can understand. Problem I see all the time is people come back, hey, they telling the business owner, hey, we got a 5.8 CTR. Is that a venereal? I don't know what a CTR is. Is that a venereal disease or a TV monitor or a TV station? They don't care about CTRs. They don't care about frequencies. You know what they care about? Did my phone ring and did my email ding? That's what I had a client tell me. He goes, that's the only thing I care about. He goes, your numbers are worthless to me. He goes, all I want to know is the phone ring and the email ding. That's it. Module number 5. Once you solve your client's lead generation problems, you need to focus on other value-added services to grow the bottom line. Remember, we talked about retargeting, cart abandonment, hosting, virtual training, guys, email marketing, setting up. I mean, guys, these guys, they're not marketers. We're marketers. They're not. They will pay us very handsomely to do this. I'm going to teach you how to upsell clients to web hosting, autoresponders, site designs, email marketing, webinars. Guys, it's the highest return for the least amount of money. They already know you, like you, and trust you. And you're saying, hey, man, I'll just make it better for you. You're solving a pain they already have. Multiple clients, guys, can be a lot to manage. I'll admit. One client, pretty simple. 2 clients, I'm going to teach you simple strategies to manage your clients without dropping the ball, because you never want to drop the ball for the client. You don't ever want to do that. Keep your clients happy without pulling out your hair. I'm all for less stress in my life. Module number 7. Reporting, it's necessary and it's evil. But it doesn't have to be burdensome. I mean, it's difficult. Guys, just imagine sitting in front of an Excel spreadsheet for hours. I don't want to do it. I'm going to show you how to set up your reporting so it only takes 7 minutes per week per client to send the reports that will give them the high-level numbers they're looking for. They don't care, like I said, they don't care about CPAs, and they don't really care about CTRs and frequencies and likes. No, all they care about is, did the email and the phones ring? Emails ding and the phones ring. That's it, guys. That's it. Module 8. VAs and outsourcers are wonderful resources and can save you tons of time while adding a whole lot of money to the bottom line. I'm going to show you how to use your VAs and outsourcers to scale up your agency to handle more clients and to get more value-added services to get bigger and bigger clients. Because when you're getting started, we're going to start small with smaller clients who pay you $1,000 to $10,000. When you get past that, you're going to go with bigger, and bigger companies. We used to work for a video game company. It's interesting. If I would have told those guys, man, I'll do your work for $1,000 a month, they would have laughed my behind out the building. When you go to a client and you go, man, $100,000 and we get 10% of the ad spend, sign on the insertion order, sign on my contract, she's a done deal. To work with those bigger clients, it's a completely different language. I want to get you there. Now, the total value of all 8 weeks is $4,997. That's lifetime access and updates to the Lead Agency Masterclass. So when you come in today And we're planning on, our goal is to get 100 six-figure agency owners. That's our goal. So when we create this stuff, you can come back next week, next month, next year. We're still going to be here creating this and updating it. That is our goal. Now, before you say, well, Charles, is there going to be some upsell? I don't know about you, but I hate buying products and then a minute later it's like, hey, would you like an upsell? No, I thought I paid you money for the what I needed in the first place. So zero upsells here, guys. Let me get a drink of water. Now, in the past hour, would you agree that this webinar has been time hopefully well spent? I can't cover everything you need in an hour webinar. Wish I could. Even if we had all day, it would still take longer. But if you act fast, I'm going to give you a very special deal tonight. This is what you're going to get. Lifetime access and updates for the Lead Agency Masterclass at $4,997 value. Zero upsells. I'm also going to give you bonus number one. 8 weeks of live coaching. Typically, we charge a minimum of $2,000 per month to do coaching. It is what it is. That's the value we bring to the table. This bonus is for the first 30 people only, so I don't want this one to lay around. Each week, you're going to hop on a group call with me and get your toughest questions answered. Every week, we talk, and if you say, Charles, you know what? I'm having trouble closing this client. Okay, well, let's work through that. Let's role model that. Let's work through that. If you tell me, Charles, I'm not getting clicks, well, let's look at your ads. If you tell me you can't pick a niche, well, let's look at what you've done. This is going to be me sharing your screen, sharing my screen. We're going to just work through this stuff together. That's what it's all about, working together anyway. And interestingly enough, most people don't realize this. When you have a group of like-minded people on these coaching calls, how hard would it be maybe to get referrals from these clients? You have somebody you can't close. Could you say, hey, Ralph, I can't close Bob. Apparently, he just didn't like me. Would you mind if I recommend him to you, and would you give me a kickback if you get him as a client? Ralph goes, yeah, dude, that's not a problem. Same thing with Debbie. Debbie goes, I couldn't resonate with Bob. Bob I could not resonate with him. Maybe he just doesn't like my name. Maybe I send him to Wendell, or maybe Rick, or or David. It doesn't make a difference. The end of the day is, if you can't close a sale, refer them to somebody in the agency here and at least get a kickback. I'm just telling you that. Join the Facebook group so you never feel alone. There's nothing worse than sitting there going, man, I just feel alone. I feel like nobody else has gone through the pain I have. I feel like nobody knows my story. I've created a Facebook group because the coaching calls are once a week. Every week you're going to get a brand new module on Monday, and every Friday we're going to have these coaching calls. But I know that you probably have issues that come up, I don't know, maybe 6 out of 7 days, and I don't want you to be sitting here and go, man, I don't know what to do next. Facebook group, get on it and be active. Total value $4,000. That's 2 months of group coaching for me. We sell that all day for $2,000 a month. You're going to get lifetime access and updates to the Lead Agency Masterclass. $4,997 value. 8 weeks of live coaching calls and replays. So if you miss the call, don't worry about it. You've got the replay. And if you've got questions, email your questions. We'll answer them on the call, so don't worry about that. That's $4,000. That's $8,997. Now, the thing is, what else do you need from a dude wearing a Tilly hat and a Doctor Who shirt? Well, I guess you probably need traffic. The issue is you can get traffic for you, and you also need to get traffic for your clients. So we've decided to put together, and this has never been released by the way, the B2B traffic secrets. And there again, it's only, these bonuses are for the first 30 people because these would make amazing upsells in this funnel. But we're giving them right now for the first 30 people. So keep that in mind. That's $497 value. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about B2B solo ads. I know people go, Charles, I tried a solo ad and it didn't work. Yes, solo ads in the internet marketing space are when the uneducated meet the gullible. I'm just telling you what it is. It's typically not the best experience for most people. B2B solo, completely different. I'm going to give you Facebook training, a LinkedIn traffic hack, Google and Gmail secrets. All this is designed to get you traffic and more. My goal is to make your email ding and your phone ring with clients. And then your job is to go to your clients, do the same thing for them. Now, that total value here, lifetime access to the updates in the Lead Agency Masterclass, $4,997 value. 8 weeks of live coaching and replays for the coaching calls, $4,000 value. B2B traffic secrets, $4,907. Total value, $94.94. What else do you need? Now that you got traffic, you got the agency, you got group coaching, The thing that most people have trouble with is writing ad copy. And it is what it is. We got templates for that, by the way. So I want to give you the B2B ad copy hacks. Now, first 30 people only on this one, by the way. A buddy of mine, really good buddy of mine, I talk to him every day, Lawton Childs. He writes for Frank Kern, digital marketer Ryan Dice, and really every other thought leader on the planet. He's going to share with you the inside secrets to creating sales pages, email copy, and landing pages that convert. He's a really good buddy of mine. I'm like, dude, I don't want an 8-week class where you have to learn 8 weeks of copy. I want you to come in here and say, fill in blank A, fill in the blank B, and your ad copy is done. That's all we want to do. I have no desire to reinvent the wheel. I ran over 500,000 ads in Facebook, so believe me, I know what works and I also know what's not going to work. I want to show you the easy, simple way just to get it done. If you add that in, that total value is $9,991. That is the lifetime access and updates for the Lead Agency Masterclass, 8 weeks of live coaching calls and the replays, B2B traffic hacks, and B2B copy hacks. Now, what would one client be worth to you? And more importantly, what would your self-esteem be like? Would your self-esteem change if you saw yourself as a successful business owner? Many people I've talked to have been online for years. And when you talk to them, hey, they haven't made money yet because they're still trying to sell $7 products and membership sites. Guys, those numbers don't work out with traffic anymore. Those traffic numbers no longer convert unless you're willing to go negative. So what would your self-esteem change if you saw yourself as a successful business owner? Knowing that you made it work when 99% of other people who are probably, I'll tell you, most of the people I work with are a whole lot smarter than me. And you know what? It's interesting. The key here is I figured out, I cracked the code. I've kind of come to the conclusion that being smarter isn't necessarily the answer to making all this work. It's being persistent and having the right game plan. That's what makes it work. Now, what is one client worth to you? If you just got just one new recurring client per month, let's just say that in 12 months, that's $78,000 in business that now becomes recurring. Say, Charles, how in the world do you make that out? Well, if you run, this is something you should model. I'll show you this in a second. Would it make sense if you could pull $78,000 in recurring business? If I charged you $4,997 for this, I mean, I'll tell you that if I charged you $5,000 for this and you could pull $78,000 in recurring business, that would be a steal. That would be a win-win situation. Let's look at the numbers here. Let's say month one, you're trying to figure this stuff out. You get one client for $1,000. Not a whole lot to write home about, but it's a start. Next month, you keep that one client happy and you get another client. So you get 2 clients. Now you've got a total of $2,000 in revenue. Month 3, you figure, man, this thing's got legs. Month 3, you decided to go out and get one more client all month. That brings you to 3 clients who are paying you $3,000. Month 4, you get one every month if you just added one new client. This is the power of compounding. Just imagine this, and this is all based on getting one client and keeping that client happy and then getting one more client. Could you imagine at this point you're starting to get referrals, you start getting a reputation, and you decide to go hog. Maybe I'm going to call more than one client a week. That's $78,000 at the end of month 12, $78,000 in recurring business every single month. If you don't, into 12 months, man, I'm just tired of these clients. I got enough clients. Every month you just pick up more clients, more clients, more clients. Do you realize how fast this adds up? Can you see why having the first big success is so critical to you? That's where everything starts, and that's where most people really lack that first really big success. If all this did was light the fire under you to take action with my guidance, would this be worth it? Give you the ability to shortcut all the pain and stress I went through, would this be worth it? I hope you've said yes. Finally, if all this did was finally help you build a successful online business, would it be worth it? If you could show your husband, your wife, your significant other, you got recurring income coming in with VAs doing the work, like I said, light the fire to take action, give you the ability to shortcut everything. Now, this is what you're about to get. Total value here is $9,991. Lifetime access and updates to the Lead Agency Masterclass. Weekly coaching calls with me, a replay of all the calls. If you have any questions, send me an email. We will cover them on the call. B2B traffic hacks, a $497 value. B2B copy hacks, a $497 value as well. And you can see this is a really good deal for $4,997. The general public, when they see it, is going to be $1,997. We're planning on putting this onto an auto webinar, and I want to charge $2,000 for this class. But you're not the general public. In fact, most everybody on here was already, actually, should already have been on my list, but you've already been special. A lot of people on here have actually bought products from me before. A lot of the people on here, I recognize your names. A lot of them, like I've talked to Michael, me and him were talking earlier this week. You can get started right now for $997 today. I'm going to go ahead and send that link to everybody. It's going to be in the chat. And the bonuses are for the first 30. The traffic bonus, the copy bonus, all that's for the first 30 people. So make sure you take action and get going on that. Now, with that said, for the first 10 people, and this is for the first 10, and I only mean the first 10. This isn't for like 3 weeks later when you're watching the webinar, man, I guess I'm going to get Charles to do this. I'm going to build your agency website for you. I want you to focus on getting clients. I do not want you to focus on, Charles, let me build an agency for the first time and let me spend a week figuring out how to do a website. No, I want to do the website for you because I want you getting clients. At the end of the day, I want you getting clients. You don't need to be sitting here pushing the buttons on a website. We're going to build your home page for you. We're going to build your About Us page, your contact page, your opt-in page, your thank you page, your excuse me, I had a cough here. Terms of service, privacy policy, disclaimer, your consultation page for the client to get hooked up with you, services page, what services do you offer? We're going to link it out to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And all I'm asking you is give me your copy, and I kind of need an image of you to put on the website because otherwise they're going to see me all over the place. You know, I don't want everybody to have my image because, you know, you might not look like Charles. You might, who knows? So make sure we need a copy of you, an image from you of who you are, and we need you to, basically we're going to give you templates so you fill out a lot of the stuff. A lot of the stuff like the service pages we already got. We've already got the contact us page. We've already got the opt-in. We got the thank you page, the disclaimer. I've already got the consultation page done, the service page. I need the about you, kind of tell me who you are. Everything else is done, which is a template. We push it out, you update the image, and then we'll show you how to tweak it if you want to. That's, if you add that in, you get lifetime access and updates to the Lead Agency Masterclass of $4,997 value. You end up with 8 weeks of live coaching, $4,000 value. B2B traffic secrets at $497 value. B2B copy hacks of $497 value. The agency site setup, that's a $2,997 value. We're going to do your site for you. It's 12 pages. Total value $12,988. Now you've got two choices right now. You can absolutely do nothing. I always hear people, Charles, you know, I like the risk-free way of doing things. Well, great. You know, do nothing. That's always risk-free. How's it worked out for you so far? Most people probably not worked out the way they want. Option 2, pony up a small investment today compared to the value you're going to get in return and just give it a shot. That's all I'm asking. If it works, great. If not, just ask for your money back and you'll get it. You've got a 30-day guarantee here. Sign up today, and if you don't like it for any reason, I don't care if it's 29 days, 23 hours, and 59 minutes from now, just let me know and I'll give you your money back. And right now, go to leadsclientsprofits.com. Let me put this link into the chat box. Head over there and grab it. Follow my directions. Start your business. And if you don't get your first client in 30 days, I'll give you a 30-minute coaching session to help jumpstart your business. Maybe we don't have the right angle. Maybe you just don't have the right script. We will fix it. We will make sure we want you to get clients. Our goal is to create 100 six-figure agency owners. That's the whole purpose of this business. Now, this is something you can think about. There are always other opportunities out there. I had somebody email, hey, Charles, I heard other people have agency courses. Well, great. What kind of track record do they have? Most of the people I talk to, yeah, we sold something for $5, and we made a little money on Facebook. I had a track record from going back, way back. You've seen my ups and you've seen my downs. Everybody knows what you see is what you get. Other opportunities can take years to pay off, and they require a huge sum of money up front. With this, you get to be in one of the fastest growing opportunities. Kind of like a Subway. If you want to start a Subway, you need about $258,000 up front, not including your taxes. Now, right now, there are two people watching this. I'm just going to tell you two people on this call right now. There is Bob the Dreamer, who watched the video and go, man, this is pretty cool. I'd like to get into it, but The Walking Dead is on. You don't want to miss that. Can't miss The Walking Dead, Laura. You know how that show is. And you got Bob the Action Taker going, you know what? Charles has got a point. This selling ebooks and PLR and trying to make this stuff work, selling to other internet marketers for $7 isn't working. Maybe I should go out to real businesses who actually have budgets and allocate and who need leads and who are willing to give me money in exchange for leads. Maybe I should do that. Bob the Action Taker is going to be the guy in 12 months who's got, all of a sudden got $12,000 of recurring income coming in if he only gets one client per month and keeps the rest of them happy. And I don't know about you, but I would really like to, get more than one. But I'm just saying, Bob the Action Taker is going to get off. He's going to order. He's going to join, and he's going to take action. Like I said, this is what you're going to get: lifetime access and updates to the Lead Agency Masterclass. That's 8 weeks of coaching, each brand new module on Monday. 8 weeks of live coaching calls and the replays. If you got a question, call me. We'll fix it. $4,000 value. You're going to get B2B traffic secrets. That's a $497 value. B2B copy hacks, a $497 value. I mean, the bonuses are literally, these are complete classes. And this, right, the bonuses, first two bonuses are for the first, we'll say we're going to do with the first 30, but this agency site setup, that's for the first 10 people that order. I'm going to look at your timestamp, and unfortunately, I can't look at it now because of the way the monitor's set up, but that's all we're going to look for. If, be the first 10. Obviously, if we've sold more than 10, I'll probably have to give it to you because I can't see the timestamps of the webinar, but we're going to set up your agency site. We're going to set up all 12 pages. It's going to look good. It's going to rock.
So go ahead and join the Lead Agency today. It's only one payment of $9.97, or if you'd like to get on the payment plan, it's 6 payments of $197. So go ahead and join today. If you want to use PayPal, there's a link there. Go ahead and just use the PayPal checkout. You can go ahead and use PayPal credit, so you can go ahead and get everything in the Lead Agency today. You don't make any payment for 6 months, so you got 6 months to get it, put it in action. And with that said, let's go ahead and jump into questions right now.
So guys, one of the questions I got is, hey, can I do this if I'm not in the US? Well, yeah, absolutely. We've got clients all over the place. So absolutely, the reality at the end of the day, when you're dealing with this, it doesn't make a difference whether you're in UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. It absolutely will not make a difference. At the end of the day, it doesn't make a difference. So one of the questions I've got is, what happens if I don't know how to run traffic? Well, the last time I checked, the Steve Jobs probably didn't know how to assemble it. Well, when it was living, he probably didn't know how to actually assemble an iPhone. Your job is to be the thinker. Your job is to drive the business forward. Keep that in mind, guys. Your business is to drive that business forward. Also, one of the questions, will you take PayPal? Absolutely, we can take PayPal. Just email me. Actually, go to Leads Clients Profits. You can plug stuff in there. Either just put your phone number here in your email in the chat box, and I'll give you a call back. We'll fix it. So we can take payments on that. So one of the questions is, how hard is this to set up? Well, we're doing the website for you. We're giving you the scripts to call. We're having group calls so we can make sure we all pick the right niche. So one of the things we're going to look at is when you're dealing with clients, they don't care where you're at. They don't care if you're in Timbuktu. They don't care if you're in New Delhi. They don't really care where you're at. You know what they really care about is, can you provide leads for them? And that's the most important thing you need to look at is, can you provide leads? They don't care where you're located at. All they want to know is, did you get them some leads? The next thing you want to look at is when you're dealing with clients, and this is going to be very important, they don't care that you're not a guru. When you're selling internet marketing stuff, you almost have to be the guru. People buy from you based on you being the guru. You know who they don't, when we're selling stuff to clients, they don't care, hey Charles, where'd you go to college at? They don't care. You know what? All they want to know is, can you get me leads? That is the only thing they truly care about. Can we get them leads? One of the things you want to look at is when you're doing this, it doesn't make a difference where you're located. No, they don't even care what you've done. All they care about is, Can you get the leads before you give them to the competition? That's it. They don't. Their big thing is they don't want the competition to get their leads, and they look at it as leads were stolen from them. And that's how we position it with clients. You can let the chiropractor down the street take your leads. I don't really care. We're working for somebody. When you tell that to a client, it's like, ooh, well, that becomes a totally different story. One of the questions: do you offer exclusively to one company and one vertical in a local area? Absolutely. A lot of times we'll go to clients and we'll say, you know what? We will do this for you in this particular niche, and we will only do it for you. So let's just say your zip code is 29477, making that zip code up. Let's just say that you're in that particular zip code. We say, you know what? We're only going to work with one chiropractor in the zip code. It can be you or it can be somebody else. I don't really know, nor do I really care. That's it. Guys, that's really the majority of what we're doing. We're going out to the clients and we're saying, we will do it for you and we're happy to work with you. But the problem that you have to understand is, we're not, we can't work for two chiropractors in the same location. Not going to happen. So when you tell clients that, that really kind of puts us, like they need to lock in their area. Um, so that's a huge selling point from that standpoint. How much Facebook do I need to know in order to make this work or AdWords? Not really, because we're going to give you the templates. And the thing is, like, if you're trying to do Facebook for like a ebook or a digital product, you have to literally be in the Olympics because you're fighting Ryan Dice, you're fighting everybody and their brother to sell a $7 product and that kind of stuff. So literally, you can go in. People struggle selling digital products. When you're selling digital products, you have to fight it out. When you're going into the offline space like we're talking about, guys, it's not a big deal. It's simply not a big deal because there's probably only 3 people in that area anyway, and we're using Facebook to get them leads. You can use AdWords, and all we do basically is have one campaign we copy and paste. Plus, we give everything to you from a standpoint of giving it to the VAs, so your VAs know exactly what's happening as well. So it's never you just hand it to the VA and you're off to the races. So no, you do not have to have a huge amount of upfront knowledge about AdWords and Facebook to make it work. Um, so one of the questions: how much do you need to ask up front? 3, 6, or 12 months, or do clients pay month by month? We tell clients pay month, but they pay up front and they pay month by month. And this is what we tell the clients: the day I don't perform is the day I don't get paid. We put our money where our mouth is. If we can't perform, you're not locked into any long-term contracts. I said, when's the last time the Yellow Pages felt like to make a deal like that? And everybody's like, yeah, that's a huge one, by the way. Okay. Um, One of the questions: will we stop and meet the doctor in person to introduce ourselves? No, actually, basically what we're using is cold emails to the doctors, a basic Facebook ad to the doctors, and that's about it. We're not, I mean, if you want to meet them face to face, great. Most of them don't have time. See, the problem we have is in our society, we really are stressed. Most people don't have time to really do anything at this point in time. They're just so busy, so stressed. They're just like, they're running like maniacs. So when you go to a client and say, you know what, I need you to do X, I need you to do Y, and I need you to do Z, most of these doctors are like, they're so busy they can't even figure stuff out. They're swamped. They're like, take time unless you take them to coffee, it's just not happening. So we definitely have to keep that in mind. So we typically just cold email. Okay, they call. That's called a slight point of difference from Yellow Pages. Absolutely. So because we always tell people, man, you got to pay for the Yellow Pages all year, and if it didn't work, that money's down the drain. Um, and one of the questions we've got from Debbie: that is much better way to get in touch with professionals. What happens? I prefer emails. I'm just going to tell you this. I prefer emails. All I want them to do is reply back to me, and I want to start the conversation. And can I solve your problem? You know what? And by the way, I'm gonna even let y'all on this, guys. Even the emails are automated. You can have a VA send them. You could send them. There's software which actually will automate that process too. But the whole process is automated. At the end of the day, this is what I always tell clients: At the end of the day, when everything that you're spending time on is something that you're taking time away from, like maybe time with your family, time with your husband, wife, significant other, is taking time from somebody, something, somewhere. And that is the most important thing to keep in mind. You're taking time from it. So anything that we can automate it, we will automate it. Okay. One of the questions: can I assume you don't have a written contract? No, we actually send them a PDF document. All they have to do is sign it online, and that is the contract. Literally, that's it. They agree to the that's. You can send them a written contract if you want, but not a big deal. One of the questions from Naja is: do you guarantee your customers X amounts of lead? We do and we don't. I know you say, Charles, that's a two-faced question. What do you mean you do and you don't? If we have a client who's in a city of 100,000 people, and I'm just going to use this as an example. Let's just say we're in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm assuming it's under 1,000, just totally making that number up for that city. But, we can say, you know what? There at any given time, there may be 50 people a day looking for breast augmentation. And we guarantee that we can hit a certain percentage of those people with Facebook and with AdWords. We can also say, we can probably expect maybe 10 clients come in a week. It depends. It depends on the niche. It depends actually on the size of the city. But if you're in some place like, I'll just use this as an example, but if you're in some place like Miami, where there may be 1 million people, or even New York, it's a completely different animal. So we always tell the doctors, it's our job to get you, well, we say 10. Let's say we're going to get you 10 new clients per month or 10 new leads. And we always tell them, we can crank up the lead flow or we can reduce it down based on what you're willing to spend. So if you're a doctor and you say, Charles, I want to spend $5,000 a month in AdWords, I'm paying you $2,000 to manage it, and I expect to get 10 clients, or 100 leads. All that's doable. So, we always tell them it depends on the amount of volume or the amount of people searching in that particular area. And also, it depends on the time of year. So that's something to keep in mind. And do you get a copy of the contract with the package? Absolutely. We give you the contracts, the proposals, we give you everything. So what we do is like the first week, Monday, you will get whatever modules you need and whatever collateral material you need for Monday. In the past, if we've like opened all 8 modules up with everything, it's overwhelming and you don't know what to do with any of it. So we basically go, module 1, this is the material you need here. Module 2, this is what you need. So each week you will be getting it. Okay. Aren't there a lot of agencies doing lead gen? My friend gets lots of emails and cold calls every day. How do you go about getting a client, and what is the strategy of getting a client since they're likely overwhelmed with emails? That's a great one. That is, and I'll tell you, this is interesting. If you look at the emails that your friend's probably getting, you know what those emails say? Hey, my name is Bob Jenkins. I run such and such lead agency, and I'm willing to do some work for you in exchange for money. We don't send that email. You know what we send? Who's in charge of your lead generation? Thanks. Just imagine that. Could you imagine getting an email that actually looked like somebody gave a damn? Most people send out these, emails that look like spam, should be in the spam filter. So I always tell, I don't care about the competition. I really don't care about the competition. Most of the competition is copying exactly what they see other people doing. And most of the time it doesn't work. So I really don't care what the competition does. In fact, I hope they get more emails like that because all of a sudden you stand out a whole lot more. The more competition you got, the better off you're going to be. And like Wall said, all it takes is 1 point of a difference, and we can charge for our results. And I think that's the biggest thing here. A lot of times when you're looking at it from a client standpoint, your clients just want results. The clients never say, man, I just don't know about this. No, the client says, I just want results. I don't care how we get them. Most of your clients could care less where those leads come from. If the leads come from Facebook, from Google, from LinkedIn, from Twitter, they don't know, and they really absolutely don't care in any way, shape, or form. You know what they're interested in? And they don't care about the CTRs. I've had a friend of mine go, hey, this has got a CTR of this and this. No, your clients don't care in any way, shape, or form. Your clients don't care. You know what they want? At the end of the day, they only want one single thing. They want to know that they have gotten clients in the door. Um, that's all. That's all they want. So, guys, any other questions? If not, I will be hopping off. Okay, one of the questions from Danny. Charles, I'm not clear on this. I don't know how to do Facebook ads. How we're going to get that done and done efficiently. Danny, we've got a course in here how to do Facebook ads in about 15 minutes. Literally, Facebook ads, I'm going to give you the templates to use for the doctors and for everybody else. You're pretty much going to fill in the blank, paste it in there. And the thing is, when we're doing Facebook ads like for local clients, we don't have to be in the Olympics. Most of the time, like if you do like a Facebook ad, even for like this webinar, the one that I did, I had Facebook ads running. Um, I probably had, I'd say over $1,000 of ad spend in like 2 days just for this webinar. I mean, it was we were pushing some serious. I don't know about you guys, but I had this. I kept seeing my own ad like a million times. So when you're doing it for doctors, I'm going to show you a simple. You fill in the blank, you paste it in there, or you hand it to a VA. We've got step-by-step training to basically get you up and running in Facebook with no problems whatsoever. Okay, one of the questions from Mitch Charles: how do we handle tracking the leads you generate? What protocols are in place for the agency or the client? Well, this is the cool thing, guys. Have you ever tried to work with somebody else and they show you your website and it's like made in HTML in 1999? What we do is we actually put all the clients' landing pages on our own domains. Just imagine this. Client says, okay, I want to work with you. Here's my website. I'm like, man, you got some crappy theme that I can never build a landing page on, or they're using some version of WordPress I don't want to deal with, or they're using HTML or PHP. I don't ever want to touch a client site. Now think about this, guys. I do not want to touch a client site. We put all their stuff on our domain. We own the domain. We own the landing page. We own the copy. We collect emails with our own system. We collect the emails and then send them right off the lead. For the phone call, you can use a simple phone tracking script to take care of that. But guys, and we can track offline events in Facebook as well. Not a big deal. We can definitely show you how to do that. But can you imagine you're the guy that owns everything? And one of the questions with Debbie is, can you help us with the payment setup for the new clients? Absolutely. I will tell you, do not ask your client to pay you in PayPal. I asked for PayPal and my client goes, are you effing joking? I'm like, man, I'm just joking. I just thought it was going to be funny. We were talking about eBay earlier. I am so sorry about that. I expected to have been paid in PayPal. I'm not even going to joke with you on that. I expected I was going to get paid in PayPal. So I will help you set up your merchant account. I'm going to show you what to say, what not to do. I'm going to show you how to invoice your clients so you get paid. And guys, one of the questions, so we charge up front? Absolutely. Never, ever, ever, ever work for a client for free. That's what you're doing. Guys, I've been in that situation where I've done the work and I'm like sitting there with my hands open, waiting to get paid. When that happens, you need them more than they need you, and that's a bad feeling. So my thing is, I want to get paid up front and I want to get paid first, because otherwise it just puts you in a very precarious situation where you're wanting to get paid. I mean, most people are honestly going to pay you anyway, but I'm just going to tell you this. It just works better. It absolutely works better when you're the one going pay me first. Also, it sets the tone for what this deal is. If I look at you as just an employee I got that I'm going to pay you after you worked a week, I'm going to treat you like an employee. If I pay you up front, these are the contracts, these are the terms, you either follow it or not, I'm going to treat you like a high-paid consultant that you are. One of the questions from John is, do you think doctors are the best niche, or are there others? Oh, there are lots of others. My gosh, there are lots of others. The key is you want to make sure that it's a high value. Like give an example, like architects. Architects charge typically 4% of the construction fee. So if it's $1 million building, the architect's getting $40,000. Now out of that $40,000, he's got to pay his guys to design it and draft it and stuff like that. But there's a lot of money left over, because remember, I used to work at an engineering firm. I know how these things work. There are tons of other niches: CPA, SaaS companies, software companies, really anybody that has a high value or a high transactional or a high recurring. Recurring is what we want to look for. Plastic surgeon typically don't have it reoccurring. You should not be going to a plastic surgeon that often, but it's a super high transactional fee. Chiropractor, a much lower transactional fee, but it is recurring. So we look at that. So whether it's doctors, whether it's contractors, architects, engineers, remodelers, I will just tell you this, guys. The guys who are doing kitchen and bath remodeling, man, those contracts will be 40, 50, $60,000 easily. So anything that it may not be recurring, but it is high value. So that is the thing to keep in mind. It's high value, and at the end of the day, and I'll tell you this, having a back. My grandfather was a contractor, so I'll give you a little background on me. My grandfather, I grew up, with construction. That's how I grew up. I was the dude carrying 2x4s. I mean, literally, that's what we did. I mean, that's what that's what grandfather had me do. So what would happen? I'd end up just doing that kind of stuff. And my grandfather, he'd get paid a whole lot of money, and you got all these guys working. You know what my grandfather's doing? Telling people to go do stuff. And let me give me 1 second here, Steve. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot you that link, by the way. So what was happening? He had other people working for him. Hands down, they did the work. He was happy. He got paid. I got paid. But the key you want to look at is it a high value transaction? That's going to be the thing that separates it all. High value transactions, because if it's not a high value transaction, even we want to make sure, okay, even if it's not recurring, it's high value. Like a kitchen and bath remodeling, that that's some serious cash. I mean, that's some serious cash for that completely. And guys, the whole purpose is to create a six-figure lead agency owner. That's the whole purpose of this entire process. Okay. One of the questions: do we charge a monthly fee or per lead? Well, Eric, there are two ways to do it. I'm gonna tell you the way I like doing it personally. I want to get paid a flat rate whether I get you one lead or I get you 200 leads. I want my flat rate because I mean I can sit here and forecast. Okay, in 12 months we have $280,000 of billing. I can forecast that out, and I know if I lose a client, what that does to my income. I can allocate taxes. I can allocate budget. I can allocate vacations. I can allocate crazy expenses that would probably be insane by most standards. I can allocate those budgets. I can allocate that, and I'm okay. If I pay per lead and Dr. Bob goes for and I've had this happen, he's in Europe for a month. Guess what happened? And I was getting this guy, 1,000 leads a month, $20 a lead or $10 a lead, depends on what niche you're in. Man, my income just dropped. So I don't do per lead. I want a flat rate. If you want to do per lead, dude, you can go for it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just I would much rather get my flat rate, and I can predict because, dude, I've woke up from a Google slap. I've had SEO slaps. I've had Facebook slaps. I've woken up from all that with the ceiling fan spinning. So just and Debbie and Steve, you paid. Congratulations. One of the questions we got is, why do you want to get paid up front if you don't know how many leads you can deliver? A, we're pretty confident in what we can do, and B, I want to get paid up front. Some people take a setup fee, some people take a flat rate. But the key is when you get paid up front, that's incentive to do the job. What he would do, he'd go to somebody and goes, hey, you know what? I'll handle your Facebook for you. Pretty much, just add me as a business account manager, and I'll run ads for you. And after you get 10 leads, we'll start working out a deal. I got a buddy who did that because it wasn't his money. It's all templates. So literally, he sets up templates. He's good to go. There's so many different ways to slice and dice it. It totally depends on your comfort level. I'm very comfortable asking for money. I'm just going to tell you this. I am very comfortable asking for money. I know some people aren't, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when we're dealing with this, I'll tell you this: with the system that we've got set up, and when I show you some of the stuff on the inside, it will blow your mind. We have a system in place where we can email 400 leads a day that are cold emails. Could you imagine going into what and I'm kind of giving an idea of what we can do. We can literally go into LinkedIn or Google, and we can basically, let's just say plastic surgeons. I could pull the name, phone number, and email and contact address for 400 plastic surgeons a day, all have those emails firing out to them. So, literally it's, or you can, you can go anywhere and do it. You can go to directories, you can go to associations, guys. There's so much opportunity out there. It's just a huge, huge, huge opportunity. And there's really no, from a client standpoint, you know what your clients want? They just want results. End of the day, all the clients want is they just want to make sure they're getting those results. They don't care how. They don't care how this works. They just want the results. Do you think it's better? One of the questions from John is: it better to specialize in one niche? Absolutely, guys. I'm going to tell you this. It's the problem is if you do like plastic surgery today, dental tomorrow, legal tomorrow, even though they're templates, it takes you longer to like to amp up on the language. So the key is like when you're talking to plastic surgeons, you're talking, how many jobs can you do a day? How many lipos can you do a day? Darn, dude, that's a lot of lipos. How many combos do you do a day? You can literally talk the language, and they know what you're talking about. And it's really easier. And guys, once you have one client, guess what happens? They become your testimonial. Then it's like, yeah, for Dr. Bob's breast augmentation clinic, we got him 12 new patients last month. $6,000 a patient on the low end. He's pretty happy. All it cost me was $2,000 in his ad spend. So that's something to keep in mind. It's better to stay in one niche for a while until you really, really get you're mentally wrapped around everything. If you're getting started, if you want to like go after 5 or 6 different niches to kind of see which one you like, you may say, Charles, you know what? I hate talking to plastic surgeons. Or you say, man, I don't like talking to doctors. Or you may say, you know what? I don't like talking to contractors or home builders or whoever. At the end of the day, we're going to basically try to focus down and just hit it and get it. How do you go after dentists if they're busy? Email. That's the key, guys. You never want to. The problem is if you call them going, hey, my name is Bob. Can I take 5 minutes out of your day? Dial tone. You send them an email, they respond back in their own time. And that's the most important thing. You're responding back in your own time. I want to say thank y'all. I really want to say thank each and every one of y'all for being on this call tonight. I know that life is busy, things can be hectic, and I'd like to say thank each and every one of y'all for being here. And one of the questions from John, last one is, which niche do you think is easiest to work with? It depends. I mean, truly, it depends. The key here is I like dealing with people who are busy, like dentists and doctors and attorneys and chiropractors. Hey, they have money. Well, this is something to think about. Chiropractor, dentist, doctor, 4 years of college, another 4 years of post-secondary degree. They usually have a boatload of debt, and they want to make a whole lot of money. Granted, they're doing it. A lot of it is, just because they enjoy that. But they have a big monthly nut to crack. They don't care how they make their billing numbers, but they've got to make billing numbers. And if they're a partner in like a practice, they pretty much have to get together weekly or monthly with their other partners and show how much money they build. And you never want to be the guy that bills the least, because that's bad karma. So anyway, investment professionals, absolutely investment professionals, certified financial planners, whole 9 yards. They're just as good as anybody else. Anybody who's got a big nut to crack. And like one of the things I don't like dealing with, like small business. They go, man, the guy goes, if I make $3,000 a month, I'm happy. He's not going to be paying me $2,000 to make $3,000. I want to be dealing with people that go, you know what? We have to break $100,000 a month in billing, or bad karma happens. Those are the people I like, because then they go, how many? Because then they want to amp up their leads. Because if we're charging them $2,000 for like the first $10,000 in ad spend, if they start spending $20,000, guess what? My management fee just doubled. The minute you break $10,000, my management fee changes.
So go ahead and join the lead agency today. It's only one payment of $9.97, or if you'd like to get on the payment plan, it's 6 payments of $197. So go ahead and join today. If you want to use PayPal, there's a link there. Go ahead and just use the PayPal checkout. You can go ahead and use PayPal credit, so you can go ahead and get everything in the lead agency today. You don't make any payment for 6 months, so you got 6 months to get it, put it in action,